Welcome to the first lesson of Excel for everyone. We're going to jump right into it by launching Excel and briefly review the structure of its interface. This will help us understand the logic of how tools are organized in the screen and make it easier to navigate later on when you are working by yourself. Don't worry, I promise this won't take long. You can open Excel just like any other applications. For example, in my case, because I use Excel frequently, I have a direct link here in my taskbar. But you can also find Excel by clicking in your Startup menu and find Excel there, or if you can't see it, you can always use the search function. Once you find it, launch the application. Now, I'm using Windows 10 with the Office 365 version of Excel. Depending on your version, or if you are in a Mac, your interface may appear slightly different to mine. With any new version and update, Microsoft usually changes things a little. That being adding more visual icons, rearranging the order of the tools, or adding new features. So don't stress if your layout is not exactly as mine. All the features we'll be reviewing apply to versions from Excel 2003 and up, and for Mac users. However, if for any reason you get a little lost, you can always consult the support documentation or view the video again. Okay, let's go back to Excel. All Office applications share the same logic on how tools are organized. So, if you have worked with Word and PowerPoint before, the introductory screen may look familiar, albeit in different color. You'll see links to open your most recent Excel workbooks, the option to create a blank workbook, and a collection of templates. Once you have a better understanding of how Excel works, you'll find these templates very helpful, as they can save you time and you can always modify them to your needs. But the best way to learn is from a blank workbook and get the basic understanding of how Excel works. So that said, let's go and create a blank workbook. Okay, now we have an empty workbook. Let's quickly go top to bottom of each section of the interface. At this point, I won't go into detail. We'll learn the specifics as we go through the course. But it's important to develop a high-level idea or understanding of how the features are organized in the screen. First, at the very top, we have the Quick Access toolbar. These are shortcuts to common functions like print, save, and others that you can activate or deactivate as per your preference. By clicking this icon, you can display the menu where you can select or deselect the functions you want in your toolbar. The list only shows the most common commands, but you can select more commands and a window will pop up where you can select any additional functionality you want to add to your Quick Access toolbar. Right below, we have what is known as the ribbon. Again, this may look familiar to you already. The ribbon is the graphical interface that replaces the traditional menu in all Microsoft Office applications, including Word, PowerPoint, and obviously Excel. It contains a collection of tools organized in tabs. On each tab, you have groups. For example, this is the font group, and commands for quick and easy edits, formatting, and configuration of a document and its content. Options vary depending on the Office program you are running, but some features like fonts and styles are pretty much the same. Feel free to take some time to explore the tabs and play around. It will give you a good idea of how features are organized and what you can do in each section. Remember, your screen may look slightly different depending on your version of Excel. Okay, next we have the formula bar. Now, if for some reason you can't see the formula bar, don't stress out. It's probably hidden. This can happen by accident, or perhaps someone else used Excel before you and set it up that way to have more space on the screen. So if you can't see it, or simply want to learn how to hide it, go to the View tab. There, you'll see a formula bar reference with a button that you can check and uncheck. Now, my recommendation is to leave it on all the time. If you really need to make a space in the screen, I prefer or recommend to unhide the ribbon in itself. You can easily achieve that by double-clicking on the tab you have open, or any other tab really. This way you can have more space and maintain the formula bar in the screen, which is really important and constantly used. To bring the ribbon back, simply double-click the tab again. Now, going back to the formula bar, you'll see that it consists of two sections. On the left, we have the name box, and on the right, the formula bar in itself. You'll notice three small dots in between. Using your cursor, you can drag them left or right to adjust the size of the name box and the formula bar when more space is required. You can also expand its height to reveal more space and see a longer formula. This will be very important when we start dealing with formulas, as some can be very large. Right underneath is the workbook. This is the main area where you'll be working with your data, worksheets, performing calculations, and more. Lastly, at the very bottom we have the status bar. Not everyone pays attention to it because it's small and, well, at the bottom. But there are some important tools here. By default, you'll find your views. Currently, we are in normal view, but we also have page break preview and page layout. We also have a zoom bar to zoom in or out. Not a lot right now, but you'll see things popping up in the status bar as we move ahead in the course. If you right-click on it, you'll get an idea of what will be showing up later on. Let's leave it here for now. Spend some time navigating the interface and familiarize with the environment. In the next lesson, we'll start getting hands-on while understanding how to work with Excel.